hit record.
Alright, and there we go. Taking a while.
Awesome. So name, age, the name of the team, and your role on the team.
Alright, I'm Bailey Anderson. I am 19? Yeah, I'm 19. Okay. And I go to Bemidji State University, and this is my first year on the football cheerleading team.
Why did you join this team? First of all, what's the reputation of the team? Break it down for me.
The reputation of this team
Yeah.
is, okay, we've had the cheerleading for hockey for 3 years now. And since I'm only a sophomore at BSU, I've never got to really know that much about it yet. I've heard a lot of things like, yeah, they're the party girls, they have some sluts on the team that get around, and I really want to change that. I've been dancing my whole life, and since I grew up in Bemidji, I never had that much of cheering experience, because at my high school, cheering was just being on the sidelines and, you know, cheering and dancing whenever our team did something good. It's not like a bunch of stunting and backflips and stuff. I've never done that. So
Right.
that's basically where I'm coming from with everything.
So, I mean, talent-wise and skill-wise, what do you think so far? I mean, you're just trying to see. Overall, what do you think the talent and the skills, what level is that? Like, what level are you guys on?
Well, right now we have a lot of incoming freshmen, especially with the new football cheer team. We have a lot of new girls coming from everywhere. I know we have one girl from Kansas who was a competitive cheerleader, and there was a girl from, I think, Duluth, and I kind of stalked her profile, and I'm like, oh, she's really good. She was actually a competitive cheerleader. Like, after, you know, we got to know one another after tryouts, I definitely, like, added her on Facebook and, like, looked through their stuff and kind of, like, trying to just read them and kind of figure out, like, who has the potential and who I feel is going to be really good on this team. I think once we all get used to each other and start practicing together, it might come a little ways, but definitely not competing style. That's why I really think it'd be awesome if you have someone, like, help us and push us there.
Now, you said you haven't really had cheer experience. You have a lot of dance experience.
Yeah.
How do you feel coming into it? Do you feel a little insecure, nervous? How do you feel?
Nervous for what?
How do you feel about kind of coming into it with, you know, less cheer experience than maybe most of the other girls?
Okay, yeah. I guess I've never been nervous about it. Like, the whole stunting experience, I'm definitely new to. But dancing is a part of it, and I'm really good at that, I feel. And I'm outgoing, I get the crowd involved, I'm kind of a people person, so I think that's also a really big part of cheerleading. And the only thing I'm pretty bad at is the whole, I can't do a flip or anything. I can barely do a cartwheel.
Are you gonna learn? Like, what's going on? What's the plan?
For dancing, it's like all I've done was a bunch of, I turn, I kick, I can do the splits, I can do a toe touch, and that's kind of, that's none of that is cheerleading really, except for the toe touch part, but, like, I don't turn on the turf and everything, you don't kick, and that's all different, it's all totally different from cheerleading.
That's too funny. What is it like being, I guess, growing up in a small town and kind of being a cheerleader in a small town?
Yeah, well, being a cheerleader in a small town, like, for my high school, it was not that big of, it wasn't a big thing. We had, like, 10 girls on our cheer team, and we were basically the face of, we were the pretty faces of the football team, if you want to put it that way. Like, the little kids and would come take pictures with us, we would sign autographs, you know, and cheer with them a little bit. We would get into the crowd. We did nothing else besides that. All we were was just the face of it. We were just kind of like the peppy little people that tried to get the crowd going. That was it.
Right. So, this is the last question, similar to what I asked Jesse, if you were the coach, like, how would you approach making over the team and getting them ready to actually be able to possibly win a competition? And do you think that you guys can?
Well, exactly actually what she said. I would step it up, make them sign a contract, like, this is what you're getting yourself into. If you don't like what it is, then go ahead and leave, because I only want people that I can count on. And it's like if you don't make it to a practice, if you're late or any of those things, like, yeah, you're going to pay the consequences. You're going to run a lap. You're going to do wall sits. You're going to do something to know that I'm going to show them that I'm serious about it, because I don't want people looking down on my team. I don't want them to be a laughing stock of Bemidji.
Right, right. And one more question. Do you think, like, what is the main problem with the team? Like, is it an attitude, level of commitment, skills? What's the big issue with you guys?
I think it's definitely the commitment issue. I know there have been girls in the past on the cheerleading team for hockey that would not show up for practice, and our coach, Glory, had to like bring it up to them a few times, and they finally just ended up getting, I think, either kicked off or they quit because Glory couldn't rely on them to do anything. And it was definitely just a big commitment issue because, like Jesse said, this is all just for fun for some of us. No one takes it seriously. This is just like, oh, I'm going to go to practice and be with friends and go to football games and cheer and stuff. It's definitely something that it's not taken as a real sport. And that's why I think cheerleading is so frowned upon right now at BSU, because it's not taken as a real sport like our hockey team or our football team.
Got it, got it. And for you, like, what's your level of commitment? Tell me kind of what your goals are and what you would like to see come out of the team, of your experience, rather.
Yeah. I try to be as committed as I can. I know that I definitely missed some fundraising stuff for other things that probably weren't as important. And I try, but there's also times where, like, I don't feel like, oh, it doesn't matter if I'm not there. They can do it without me, and that's bad on my part. So I think it would be, and that's what we do need, is we need the push, because, like, Glory, she's a mom with 4 kids of her own, and she can't be running around, taking care of all of us college kids and acting like we're acting like kids, basically, which is when Glory can't handle that sometimes. She tries her best to be the good coach that she is, which I know she is, but when we're all acting like kids too, it's really hard for her to buckle down and get us in shape.
Awesome. We got it. Let's stop recording.
Okay.